Okay, hello my loves. So today we're going to do a brief meditation around this perceiver and the perceived. I'd like to invite you to come into a comfortable seated posture. Sitting in a chair, cross-legged on the floor, propped with some pillows, all of it is good. This meditation can be done laying down, although it's highly suggested to have an erect spine. Lying down is okay and is good for somebody who has a hypervigilance or an inability to relax in meditation. But it's not so good for those of us who can nod off to sleep or are already feeling tired. Best posture to take is with a straight spine. So taking a moment to settle into this posture, whatever it might be for you. Noticing the breath. And the cool inhalation and the warm exhalation. Inviting the body to soften. Inviting it to come into the present moment. Tenderly caressing it and encouraging it to stop the holding. Let go of the resistance. And to just be here now. Noticing sensation in the body. Tips of the fingers. Bottoms of the feet. The weight of your body wherever it lies or sits in this moment. Feeling gravity holding you. And acknowledge that all of these sensations are perceived. Noticing the sensation of your mouth. Maybe some taste of your last meal or a cup of tea. Maybe the sense of smell. All of it perceived. The sense of sight. With the eyes open or closed. Even with closed eyes, we may acknowledge subtle dancing of light behind our eyelids. External sounds surrounding us. Sounds that are quite close to us, as well as more subtle sounds off in the distance. Perceived. Maybe noticing internal sounds. heartbeat. The breath as it comes inside. Maybe tinnitus or grumbling of your belly. All of it perceived. And with all of these senses, there is often an inner commentary. Liking this, not liking that. This is good. This is bad. I need to try to change that. I should be over that by now. That's annoying. That's really nice. Just recognizing that this is the sensation of thought. And although it may feel more intimate in some ways, it's also perceived. And the practice here is not to negate what arises, not to push it away or reject it. No, rather, in repeating Neti Neti, or in acknowledging the sensations, thoughts, feelings, perceptions, we are actually turning towards these things. We are acknowledging them in a way that they may have not previously been acknowledged. We are giving them the space they require. So be sensitive to how you are acknowledging these things. And notice that even that thought or emotion, the emotive desire to push away and experience this too, is noticed. And so the practice is really quite simple. We come into this state of deep equanimity by simply labeling and acknowledging whatever arises. Resting in the silence. If it's helpful for you, you can imagine yourself like an open sky. Vast and infinite. All of these clouds of sensation and thought, they present themselves to you. And like a parade of clouds, you kind of nod your head to each cloud in your own way by either just acknowledging them through saying Neti Neti, or just repeating to yourself the different sensations or thoughts. Thinking, thinking, thinking. Feeling, feeling, feeling. And it may be that today you have a very busy parade with many different floats of clouds to acknowledge. And it also may be that it's quite a quiet parade today. But either way, don't forget to acknowledge the cloud that says, this busy parade is not good. I should have a quiet parade. And acknowledge the cloud that says, oh good, my meditation must be going well. There are so few clouds to acknowledge today. Both of these thoughts are coming from the person. They're perceived, and so therefore they are not this equanimous perceiver. And so you just watch your parade. Knowing that through this practice we will start to unveil our true self. Trusting that with the simple acknowledgement of each of the passing clouds, we will start to affirm ourselves in our true position. Knowing that it's perfectly normal to have a series of clouds start to kind of call out for your attention. And once the body-mind realizes that they are permitted the attention of the perceiver, it's quite possible that they'll all start climbing out of the woodwork. And this is okay. There's nothing you need to do with or about anything that presents itself. You're just simply acknowledging. Not this, not that. This is perceived. That is perceived. Thinking, thinking, thinking. Neti, neti. Thinking, thinking, thinking. And if we find ourselves being pulled down a rabbit hole of thoughts that we've kind of cascaded into a series of plans for the future or memories about the past, this is not a problem. This too is noticed. Simply acknowledge this cloud that you temporarily took a ride on and simply hop off, let it pass, noticing how it presented itself, and coming back to this equanimous perceiving. It's also quite possible that the longer we sit here, the clouds of boredom or agitation or the desire to check the time or reach for the phone, these will also start parading out. And for just this time, just this moment together, don't jump on those clouds, just acknowledge them. Know also that some clouds may need to be acknowledged more than once. Maybe they're a little slow to cross the stage, and they may keep knocking for a little while, and this is okay. They can really stay as long as they need. You just acknowledge that there's still that feeling, or neti. Really, there's nothing to do about any of the clouds that present themselves, at least not now, not here, not in this moment. We're just perceiving, keeping things very simple. Again, we're not acknowledging the clouds in hopes that they will go. We're not acknowledging the clouds even in hopes that we will get somewhere. Just kind of dissecting these parts of the person, these parts of the ego that may have previously gone unnoticed. And the more that we acknowledge, the more that we're able to see the choice that we make to kind of open up our perceiving to see whatever is present here. The wider our vision, yes, we start to tune into more subtle aspects, more subtle objects. But we just continue with the same practice. Gently, persistently. Neti. And in doing so, we consistently acknowledge ourselves as the perceiver, as the witness. Slowly we'll bring this formal practice to a close. But know that this is a practice that doesn't need to be done in such a formal manner. Really, you can call upon this simple way of acknowledging that which you perceive while you walk and talk and eat your meals and read your book and move in the world, just quietly affirming to yourself that you are the perceiver. Not this, not that. Neti, neti. And in doing so, we slowly cut the cords that attach us to our mind and to the body and to our memories and opinions and perspectives, and slowly we kind of fall back into the warm bath of pure perceiving without being invested in the story that presents itself as clouds in the sky.